tonight's town hall with the former president.
Now let's get to the fucking town hall aftermath on CNN.
Played with some of New Hampshire's Republican and undeclared voters who were in the audience. Want to go to CNN's Gary Tuckman, who's with the group of them now. Gary?
Anderson, 8 people.
So when is the broadcast bringing on an ex-right-wing turned liberal to foil your leftism? If you think that she genuinely changed from 2017 to 2018 after writing articles about like Michelle Obama or the Obama daughters, like, and how short their skirts were to being anti-Donald Trump, then you must think that Candace Owens' grift is a legitimate one too, because she did the reverse. She did the role reversal. Candace Owens went from having an anti-Trump blog in 2016 to being pro-Trump. One of the most important pro-Trump voices. Okay? Let's be real. The reason why they do that is because money. Money. Hurry up. Give me money. Elon Musk. Okay? That's the reason. That's the reason why they're doing it. It's not that deep. Is it? Or maybe she didn't even fully believe or was invested in the conservative grift either, but was just saying those things because, you know, that's where she thought she could make money.
People were with, they were in the audience. What they also have in common is none of them have voted in the past for either Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. 6 of them voted for Donald Trump in the past. 1 didn't vote in the past 2 elections. 1 was too young to vote, but that's what they have in common, that most of them are Trump supporters. What I want to ask you first of all,
what is this audio?
Do you think, show of hands, anybody think Donald Trump looks better after this town hall? Any of you think he looks worse? Any of you think the same thing about him as you did when you walked in? So all of you feel that way. First thing I want to ask you about, Donald Trump, we have to be blunt about it, is not a truth teller. That's the way he's always been when he was a businessman, he's been a politician. He has lied about the 2020 election. Stuffed ballot boxes, it's all made up. He's lost dozens of court cases. Does it bother you that he keeps talking about 2020 and not 2024? I'll ask you first. This is Jonathan Leslie. He's 40, Republican, voted for Trump twice. How do you feel about those lies?
So I feel like part of it's also the media narrative, as you guys asked him the first question at the town hall about the 2020 election, rather than current stuff.
So don't you think he could say it's time for me to start talking about 2024 and not lies that aren't true?
Couldn't the media ask him a question about 2024?
Well, there were questions, but you're right, that was the first thing, but that's something that was on our mind, and that's why I was asked first. Mike McLaughlin, he's 21.
Owned.
He is undeclared, which is what you do in New Hampshire if you want to be independent. He voted for Trump in 2020. Mike, same thing to you. What do you feel about Trump continuing to talk about those mistruths from 2020?
Personally, I'm getting tired of hearing about it. I'm very much more so interested in the problems that we face now, and I would prefer to hear him discuss the present issues more so than going to the past.
65-year-old Stephen Farnsworth, Republican, voted for Trump twice. Your opinion about that?
Well, I think that he's committed to it. That's what he feels. That's what he thinks.
Well, do you think he thinks that, or do you think he just keeps saying it to try to will it for people like you to believe it?
No, I think he actually thinks it.
You do?
No, he may.
Even though he keeps losing in the courts over and over again.
He does say what's on his mind.
Okay. Do you think so? That it was a rigged election?
I'll abstain.
You'll abstain? Okay.
Oh my God, dude. This guy's the perfect Republican voter. Just like actually terrified of like coming across as like an idiot, but recognizes that he's not very smart. And is just basically like, you know, he's basically like, yeah, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Fuck you. Right? Like he said, I'll abstain. Bro, it's a focus group, dog. What do you mean you'll abstain? The entire purpose of a fucking focus group is like to speak your mind. What the fuck? You're not in court, man. You're not going to jail, okay?
Okay. All right, the next person on our list, 64-year-old, and you don't mind me saying your age, Cindy Owning, do you?
Not at all.
Okay, we were joking about that
For at least
before.
one more month.
Yeah, she's a Republican. She didn't vote in the past 2 presidential elections. How come you didn't vote, A, and B, what do you feel about the continuation of these lies about 2020?
You know, I don't know what's a lie anymore, but I think there needs to be a new narrative.
And what's the new narrative?
Current situations that are, you know, involving all of us.
current situations. But when you say you don't know what's a lie is a lie. I mean, all these courts have said that one of the stuffed ballot things he's talking about was in Fulton County, Georgia. No stuffed ballots. I was there. I was watching with my own eyes. I mean, none of it's true. And I think a lot of people think he tries to will it to be true.
Bro, this is a wild focus group. What the fuck? Why is the focus group more contentious than Caitlin Collins? What the fuck? He's like, dog, you suck. Why do you believe these lies, you fucking idiot? Tell me now. What is happening in this focus group?
True. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. In that corner right there, that's Noel Licata. He's 18. First election coming up. He's currently undeclared, but leaning Republican. What do you feel about him still talking about 2020 and these things?
I don't think anybody wants to hear about 2020 at this point. Everybody wants to hear about 2024, the future, and what comes after that. And he did not talk enough about that tonight.
Alyssa Malloy. Alyssa's 37. She's a registered Republican, voted for Trump twice. Your feeling about this?
I think it's time to move on from the election, the 2020 election.
Do his fibs offend you?
I think he truly believes it.
You do too.
I think that's what he truly believes. I think a lot of...
Dude, what the fuck? It doesn't matter if he truly believes it or not. Which, by the way, he doesn't. You're a fucking idiot. But, who cares if he truly believes it or not? What is wrong with people, man? You can truly Listen. A schizophrenic person could truly believe that I'm gang stalking them, but that doesn't make it true. Okay? What are we doing nowadays? He genuinely is just, insane, so it's fine. He's just living his truth. It's this weird, neoliberal standpoint theory-ass, bodies in spaces-ass bullshit that, Republicans have also adopted hook, line, and sinker. It's he truly believes it in his heart of hearts, so that's why he keeps saying it. It's okay, but it's not correct. So how does that make you feel? What does that mean?
His supporters believe it. Not all of them, but there are a lot of people who do believe it, and he tries to, go along with that, and I would agree that he wills it to be true.
Let me ask 22-year-old Cooper Walsh, who is also undeclared but voted for Trump in 2020. Do you think Trump believes that stuff?
I definitely do think he believes it. I think he's very passionate about it, or else he probably wouldn't still be talking about it. But I think that it's time for him to move on. He needs to talk about what he's going to accomplish in 2024. And I also think the media shouldn't have
He doesn't truly believe it. He's just a narcissist, man. That's it. It's that simple. He just he doesn't want to face the reality that he knows deep down inside that he lost the fucking election. That's it. He's upset. It's copium. Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid.
Focus on the huge segment on the 2020 issue. We already know what he thinks about it. I think we should be talking about more of the other issues that the questions had in the audience.
Well, would it be helpful, Karen Olson, who's 56, she's undeclared, not registered Republican or Democrat, but voted for Trump twice. Wouldn't it be good if he would just say, I'm ready to move on. It's 2024. I'm going to stop lying. I'm going to be honest about it and move on. Wouldn't that be helpful? And then the news media wouldn't ask him about it if he would acknowledge it.
I'd like him to move on. I would like him to stop talking about it, but it is his opinion. So you have to attach that caveat, lie all the time. It just keeps it going. So it's his opinion, and
right.
He has a right to have it.
All right, just yesterday.
God, I hate this. It's this quote to the T they know. Never believe that anti-Semites are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. They know that their remarks are frivolous, open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves, for it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words. The anti-Semites have the right to play. They even like to play with discourse, for, by giving ridiculous reasons, they discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors. They delight in acting in bad faith, since they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent, loftily indicating by some phrase that the time for argument is past. Yeah, I mean, that's literally what the fucking three of them did. Where he just went, no comment. No comment. I don't want to talk about this right now. It's so strange, the idea that has taken root in America. The notion that I have an idea, I don't care if it's wrong, it is unique because I came up with it, I am unique, it is my idea, and therefore you must go along with it. You must treat it with the utmost respect and sincerity, even if it is fucking batshit insane. Do not test the integrity of the argument. Do not look at my premises. Do not look at any of that. It's just, I have an idea. It doesn't matter how stupid you think it is. Okay? Because I came up with it, you have to treat it with respect. It's very, very interesting.
A 9-member jury found Donald Trump liable for sexual abuse. And he's continuing to mock Jean Carroll, this woman who was sexually abused, according to this jury. He also says that that was rigged. You know, this not only is a jury of his peers, he's a New Yorker. He may live in Mar-a-Lago right now, that mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, but he was born and raised in Queens, New York, wanted to make it big with his father in Manhattan, did. He's a New Yorker. This was truly a jury of his peers. How does it make you feel that he's still making fun of this woman? I'm going to ask the women that question.
It's uncomfortable. It's definitely uncomfortable, and I just don't know what to think anymore.
How do you feel about that?
It makes me uncomfortable. I haven't followed it too closely, so I
Agreed.
I don't feel like I have a strong opinion.
And how do you...
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Ultimately, they don't care. These people voted for him after he said he was gonna grab him by the pussy comments, and everybody thought that was a big whopper back then. Okay, the October surprise or whatever. They don't give a shit. Ultimately, the white supremacist underpinnings of Donald Trump's existence and Donald Trump's advocacy and his policy provisions are significantly more powerful for white women, especially, than anything else. That's it. White women also uphold white supremacy because they recognize the water that they carry for white supremacy implies that they have some level of power due to it. 52% of white women voted for Donald Trump. (52% of white women voted for Donald Trump in 2016. So that's it. That's such a funny question. Someone in the chat said, guys, is Hasan in this hotel for private reasons? Yeah, I'm privately meeting up with your mom.
You feel, I mean, this was a jury. These jurors weren't told, you have to say this. This is our system in the United States of America. This is an amazing system. It's not a perfect system, but it is an amazing system, particularly compared to lots of other countries. They agreed on this. And here he is at this town hall today. I've never met her before, and you're just making fun of her. How did that make you feel as a woman?
She don't give a fuck.
I didn't really care.
Yeah, she don't
Why
give
didn't you
a fuck.
care?
I don't know enough about the case. Women can be victims of abuse. Women can also make up stories. I
Yep.
mean, we see it all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean-
So I don't know. All of these situations where people are coming out 20, 30 years later, I don't listen to it.
One more question for you, Mike Pence. He said regarding January 6th, that he doesn't think Pence was in danger. He doesn't feel the need to apologize to him. Does that offend any of you? That he's not willing to tell Mike Pence, I'm
Bro,
sorry.
these are the dumbest issues to fucking ask questions on. The only good one was maybe the E. Jean Carroll, because this is a relatively new one. But, like, ask him about the fucking Ukraine war shit. It's like the media focusing on Trump's controversies and not focusing on why he was so captivating to a broader audience when he was talking about how corrupt Washington is. Obviously, he was still going to be corrupt himself, and he certainly was when he was president. But, like, you're missing the meat, okay? You're missing why these people love and adore Donald Trump. You're so fucking stupid if you talk about, like, Mike Pence and his fucking feelings and all this other shit. I don't even give a fuck what these guys say. Maybe some of them will say, yeah, that was really fucked up. I don't think they will, because no one cares about Mike Pence. Let's be fucking real. But, like, talk about the real shit.
Sorry, you could have been hanged. Anyone offended by that?
Sure.
Oh, you are. And the final question. Any of you
Sure.
ready to say you're ready to vote for Donald Trump in 2024?
I am.
You are.
Sure.
One person. The rest of you not ready to say that yet. Thank you all for joining us. We very much appreciate your time in this very important political state of New Hampshire.
Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, okay, dude.